Welcome. So I'm Diane Alexander, previous past president of Site Canada, and I'm really happy to be here today with Michael Drake to talk about the Site Canada Ambassadors Program. So Michael, why don't you give us an introduction of yourself and a little bit about your career now and your experience in the incentive travel industry.
Great, thank you. I'm Michael Drake, Director of Sales for the International and Canadian Markets for Destination Vancouver, but originally from Toronto. So I grew up and went to university in McMaster, and then spent many years in the hotel side from Jasper Park Lodge with Fairmont Hotels, working in Vancouver, and then into Toronto with Fairmont, Park Hyatt, and Starwood Hotels. And I've been out in Vancouver now for 6 years.
So
Yes.
what excites you about the incentive travel community in your region?
For number one, I'm an outdoor person. I love to explore the outdoors. And I also love to eat healthy. And so probably a lot of things that I would do in my normal day, guests and incentive travel planners can do here. We also, with dual seasons, as we keep saying, you can go golfing in one day and go skiing in the next. So just having the dichotomy of options available to you.
Have you done that?
Yes. Yeah, more and biking. Biking is the other one. Like you go for a bike ride or you go for a run and then you go up on skiing the next day.
Amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just the whole region, even though I'm selling Vancouver, but we know that the incentive travel goes to Whistler, they go to Tofino, Victoria, Kelowna. It's nice to have so many options for people.
That is a lot of options and a lot of really beautiful ones.
Yeah.
How do you feel that this locally focused view by Site will assist the incentive community in your region?
Vancouver is one of the regions where people go to for their incentive travel. So we don't have a lot of clients in our backyard here. So connecting the Site community is primarily all the suppliers and agencies. And a lot of it is just knowledge sharing. One thing we've learned through COVID is a lot of us kind of worked in our own little bubbles. We had our own clients, we did our own shtick, and we never kind of crossed paths a lot. Although as a CBB, we saw all the different sectors and all the different event planners. So the new regional setup is really to connect everybody, to communicate, share knowledge, best practices, and just bring everyone collectively together. Yes.
Okay, so what are you most excited about with the ambassador program?
He's learning both from other provinces and what they're doing, because we do have the Rocky Mountain colleagues in Alberta or on the East Coast and in Montreal. It's just not us doing incentive travel here. So taking our knowledge and sharing it across the country, but it also now gives us an opportunity to learn from other provinces and what they're doing.
Okay, and what are your plans as the regional ambassador on the West Coast?
We're in a good position to provide information. So number one is market intel and trends or inbound for people. And then just getting the group together on a more regular basis and a mix of live events or virtually. But using us as a DMO is a great platform. It's
Absolutely.
It's a neutral, we find a lot of people find it's a neutral setting for them.
So you've mentioned that you've been a big supporter of Site, and I know that in particular as well. So what made you decide to join Site when you did?
Marsha Jones was the one. I think she probably got a lot of people into Site at the time. And I was at the park. I was at the Park Hyatt doing incentive travel there, and director of the global accounts for Hyatt. And she's like, "Why don't you get into Site and be more involved?"
Yep.
And, that was 2005 or 6, I'd say, somewhere back then. Anyways, so no, it was her that really pushed me along to get into it, and then just never looked back at that point.
Okay, and why do you think it's important for Site to support your community locally?
I think it's we have a mixture in Canada. A lot of our clients, as we know, reside in Toronto and region and in Montreal. And then you have a lot of us that provide more of the product for it. And I think it's the combined knowledge of what clients are looking for and then what Canada has to offer. We've also learned with the closure of the US border and international travel that a lot of people are looking at Canada. And we found a lot of them didn't know what to do, or they would call me and they're like, and Michael, I know this is embarrassing, but what would you do for incentive program in Vancouver? And I'm sure, I couldn't tell you what to do in Halifax exactly. I think it's just an opportunity for us to really share what's going on and promote Canada truly, both clients and incentive product at the same time. The Site Education Day, which was just hosted in Toronto, was a great sign of how healthy the association has come out of the pandemic. I think we had over 70 attendees, which is, I think normally maybe we'd have 90. So I was just so enthused to see everybody coming back after some very tough times. I know a lot of the agencies obviously have been struggling a lot. So I think it's a positive sign for Site Canada, and as a chapter that we have been growing over the years and will continue to be strong into the future, where other associations aren't as fortunate.
Our board's done an outstanding job the past 2 years keeping us all engaged and providing opportunities for us to connect and learn and everything. So we are quite fortunate here in Canada in so many ways. So great.
Yeah, they have been doing a great job with all the virtual events and some of the networking events. I think we had to sort of coffee afternoons on whatever day it was, maybe a Friday or wine lunch. It was lunch my time, and it was happy hour for everybody else. But,
a happy lunch hour for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, so I think we'll only get better as times move on.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really great to chat with you and connect. I haven't seen you since Vancouver of 2020. Yes. So, it was really nice to catch up, and thank you for being a part of the Ambassador program. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing where we go with it.
Yes, thanks for your time and for putting this program together. It's certainly the foresight of the board to realize that they need some regional ambassadors. So kudos to them for getting the program started.